Right then. Okay. So good morning, everyone, and so welcome to another important session on life skills that we're going to be having today. And the topic that we're going to be discussing on is going to be effective time management. Okay. So that is again a skill you can, some people are good at, and some people usually, they take time to develop. But then whichever field you enter in your career or whichever job you take up, whatever you do in life, and going further, whichever course you take up. So one of the most important aspect is having a good time management skill. Each one of us, or all of us, have only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year, and so on. Okay, so time is limited, and it's equally divided among each one of us. Okay, I'm not talking about how long we live, but of course about how much time we have in every single day. Right. Now, in the very first introduction class, when we had the introductory session, I had mentioned about this particular picture, which means what exactly is, time. So, when we talk about time, we say yesterday is a history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. Okay, now when we call it a gift, we mean that it is a present. So it is the present to all of us, and then how well we utilize our time today will definitely decide, or it'll evaluate how we live our life tomorrow. Right? When I say tomorrow, it doesn't exactly mean tomorrow, it means the future. So fine. Okay, so now we all know that time is a very limited aspect, like how petrol is very limited in this world. And then, if all of you must be aware of the new trending cryptocurrency in today's world, not exactly today, it's been going on for about 8-10 years. When we call about Bitcoins, it is again a very limited aspect of currency. There are only about 20 million Bitcoins have been mined till now. I mean, in the world, there are only going to be 20 million Bitcoins, even in the future. So if, someone who's invested a good amount in during, possibly the 2012, 2013 to 2015 kind of a season, have all made good money out of cryptocurrency. Of course, that is a big discussion, which you guys are pretty young for now, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So when we say treat time as a commodity, what exactly do we mean by that? Now, time is the most precious thing that we have. Okay. Now, I hope we all agree with that. Okay. So time is ultimately the most valuable resource. Time and how we spend it within the organization must be managed effectively. Now, even in your, in your school, or when you get into colleges next, you need to know how well you manage your time, so that you prioritize what all you need to do on that particular day. Okay, now as we all know, time is totally perishable. Once gone, it's not going to return back, right? Time cannot be stored up for later use. I hope it's clear, and I hope it's, self-explanatory, right? So now what exactly do we mean by time management when we say effective time management? Now this entails more than just keeping a calendar. Okay, when I say keeping a calendar, it means how we plan up our day, or how we plan up our month. When you get into a company, we all have our quarterly results and the half yearly results, and of course the yearly, we always look at the yearly profits and so on. Okay, now it requires you to identify your obligations. I hope you all know what obligation mean. Obligations is something that you need to do, something that you are obliged to do. Okay, now carefully, and after considering their importance and making choices about how you use your time, right? Now, how do we have a good time management skill? Now you need to create the law of clarity. Okay, when I say the law of clarity, what we mean? Now, the clearer you are about your goals and objectives, the more efficient and effective you will be in achieving them, right? Now, when you know where exactly you need to go or what exactly is your destination, just for an example, in Bangalore, we all travel long distances, and when we talk about, the Bangalore traffic, we all know how difficult it is to move around in Bangalore. But then when you know where your exact destination is, say if you're traveling from Whitefield, let's say for example to MG Road. So if you know that you take the straight road from Whitefield, and I think you take the road towards the old Madras Road, and then straight you come to MG Road. But then if you don't have a clear picture, you keep moving around from Whitefield, you will move to Electronic City, and from there another place, and then you'll just be moving all around the place, but then you wouldn't reach your destination. So when I say you need to have a clear picture about your goal, you need to plan well ahead of time what exactly you want to do and what exactly you want to achieve in life, so that you can have a clarity about your goals and objectives. Okay, so the more efficient, the clearer you are about your goals and objectives, the more efficient and effective you will be in achieving them. Now, clarity accounts for probably 80% of your success and happiness. Okay. Now, people who are clear and who have written goals accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people who, without a clear goal and this one, they would not even be able to imagine, right? As I said earlier, time is equal to all, but then some progress and others, they probably don't, or probably some progress further than others. Now, why exactly and how exactly are they able to do it? By having a good time management skill. You need to effectively work on the most important things for your day, then come to the next important one, and then the least important ones, and then what we call as our leisure time. Of course, all these aspects are very important in our day-to-day life, but then we need to prioritize which activity needs to be, taken up on the first priority, and then comes what is the next priority, then the least priority, and then what we call as leisure time. Right? Like you all know, I don't think I need to explain much about this particular slide. So we all have 24 hours a day, 60 minutes an hour, and then 60 seconds per minute. So basically, we only have 86,400 seconds a day. Now, I'm sure, when you look at it, when you think, oh, there is 86,400 seconds, but no, each second, by the time I finish this sentence, we would have lost 15 seconds. Or rather, when I look at it, we would have gained some knowledge for these particular 10 seconds that we have spent on this particular activity. So, the current activity that you people are on is attending a life skill course. Why are you attending it? So possibly, you're here so that you know how you can value your time effectively in future, right? And you know how to value your priorities. So another introduction, time must be explicitly managed, just like money. Now, when I say explicitly, you need to know that it's not, none of us have more than say 24 hours in a day, do we don't, right? So just like money, it's limited. So how much of this won't make sense until later, that is by the time that it's already gone. Possibly when we talk about on a good Sunday today, you must have had a few plans, like, you had to attend this life skill course. Possibly you have some assignments to complete, and then probably you might have some sports activity for the evening. But then you have prioritized, and then you come to this particular session that you're attending, right? So, like I said, repeat this particular topic because it's a very important aspect. Time must be explicitly managed, just like money. Now, much of this won't make sense to you now, okay, until it is too late. That's why this should be on the priority list of every student, right? So how exactly can we make time more productive, right? Now spend every second in an efficient and productive way, right? Now, if you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours, right? No one is at a loss here. It's your time, it's your day, and how well you utilize it to make it productive is only in your hands, right? Now, if you fail to use today's deposits, like, we have 24 hours today. Now, how well you use this particular Sunday or how you waste your Sunday, it is all in your hands, right? The loss is absolutely yours. Fine. So, as I see and as I have noticed over my course of life, the most important aspect why people lose out on time or not able to effectively keep up with time is because of procrastination. I had mentioned about this phrase during our introductory course. Now we will again come back to it. Now, why exactly, procrastination is important, or rather, the most important way that people lose out is this particular aspect. Now, I'll explain it to you once again. Now, possibly one of you, let me just take a random name. I think we have Pranav, right? Now, Pranav has an assignment to complete for today. I mean, he has an assignment to submit tomorrow. Now, he has to attend this session today with us, and then possibly he has some other, small errands at home that he has to complete. And then evening, he has planned a cricket match with his friends. So, he's already planned. But then he also has this particular assignment to complete, that he needs to submit tomorrow. Now, how does he plan it? He needs to understand that that takes the most priority, in today's work after this particular session, of course, right? So basically, he needs to take that assignment on priority, complete it, then look after the jobs that he has at home, and then go for his cricket match, right? But then somebody who procrastinates will keep this particular important assignment to the very last part of the day. Someone starts at 8 o'clock in the night. So you already know that you only have the next probably 1 hour or 2 hours to finish it. So you are already time bound. So you won't be able to give it that much importance. You won't be able to give it that much priority, and you will be so that you can complete the assignment in a good way, or possibly in a very presentable way. Of course, I know any job can be done in 10 minutes, and then the job can be done in a few hours. But how well you do it also matters, right? So that is the reason. If you take up, the things on priority earlier, you can give it more time and do it in a much better way, so that you have a very good outcome or a better outcome from it. Now, basically, procrastination is putting away your important things to do on a later date or possibly on a later time, so that you keep saying that, if you have to do something now, you put it up for afternoon, and then in the afternoon you want to take a nap, and then you want to pull it to evening, and then the day is over, and then you're not able to complete it, and then in the last moment you sit for 10 minutes and do very random work, and then you don't have a very good output. That is procrastination, right? Now, procrastination is a major obstacle that can prevent you from practicing good time management skills, right? It is the constant pushing aside of tasks that needs to be completed and is the archenemy of all students, right? Oh, just give me a second. I think there is a small problem on my system. right? Another important aspect, of course, we've spoken about it. Again, I will reiterate it on that so that we can be clear about this. It's called the law of priorities. Now, your ability to set clear and accurate priorities on your time determines the entire quality of your life, right? Now, to achieve great things, you must always be concentrating on the small number of activities that contribute the greatest value to your life and your work. So basically, in simple terms, I will tell you how well you prioritize your work. That is taking from the work that takes the most priority and the next priority, and then some things that takes the least priority. And then, of course, you also need to keep some time for yourselves, wherein you know how you can recreate yourself. Possibly some of you might be interested in reading books. Some of you might be interested in listening to music. Some of you might be interested in playing sports, possibly even video games. I play video games. It doesn't mean that I waste too much of time on it, but then I have a specific set amount of time that I spend on playing my games. But of course, that is I need it at the end of the day so that I can recreate myself, so that I am energized to do my tasks for the next day, right? Fine then. Now, what exactly are your goals, right? So you need to make your goals specific and concrete. Now you need to set short-term goals as well as long-term goals, right? Now, when I say short-term goals, it is the goals that you're planning for today, possibly tomorrow, possibly the coming week, right? And now, what are your long-time goals? It is the goals that you are working, day to day, whatever job or whatever concentration you're putting up on your studies, is because you want to do something in future. You want to learn. You might want to become a doctor or a professional musician or whatever it might be, right? So these are your long-term goals. Now, like I said, just for an example, playing an instrument, it's not an easy task. We all think, when we all look at one of our favorite musicians performing on stage, we think, oh wow, that's so great, he could play the piano so well, or possibly he was a great guitarist. But do you understand the amount of time that he is dedicated on learning the art, which made him an expert in that particular field, right? So when you have a long-term goal, you will be in a better position to achieve them faster, right? Now, also, you need to set a deadline for your goals, right? Now, like I said, time is very short bound. Now, we have limited set of time for each one of us, right? So that's the reason we need to set a deadline for our goals. Now, probably, like you all know that, if some of you is looking at into getting the IITs and the IIMs, and possibly one of you might want to become an IAS officer, you need to plan it well, and then you need to achieve your goal, because most of these competitive exams are, it's highly difficult to crack each one of them, right? But then if you start planning up earlier, you will be in a much better position to achieve each and every goal of yours, right? Now you need to monitor your goals. When I say monitor your goals, you need to know what is the progress that you have achieved during the course of this progress, right? Now, also, if at any particular point in time you feel that this goal isn't working for you, you should also be in a position to change your goals if needed, right? Now, this is, of course, only at a particular time when you feel that you're not able to achieve your goal, or probably the goal is not working for you. Only at this point in time, you should also be in a position that you can change your goals, all right? Fine. Now, the most important aspect, now when we say about every human being is we need to learn when to say no, right? We need to learn when to say no, not just to others, but also to ourselves, right? Now, when I say, when we need to learn to say no, it doesn't mean that you start saying no to everything. No, it doesn't, not that way, right? You need to know when to say no when your friends call you. If you have an important assignment to complete, and then your friend calls you for a game of cricket or a game of football, you need to know which is your priority, and then you need to learn to say no to your friend. Possibly you have something important to do, and then your family is going out. Probably you should be in a position to say no even to your family, so that you can prioritize what is important to you, right? Now let's understand that not everyone can do everything, right? Now I can't go and do cardiovascular surgery, right? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a surgeon, so I can't do that. What am I good at? I have a full-time job as a marketing professional. I also undertake life skill courses for students. So that is what I do. But then I can't go and possibly, if my bike breaks down or my car breaks down, I can't repair it. I can possibly just check if the coolant is okay, if the engine oil is working fine, or if there is some other issue in the engine. I can just have a look, but then I can't repair it, right? So I'm not a car mechanic, or possibly, I don't know the job very well. So possibly we need to understand that none of us can do everything, but whatever we do, we can do it to the best of our ability. Okay. Now, second thing, don't undertake things that you can't complete, right? The most important aspect about any goal-oriented job is to complete it, right? We all start something so that we can complete it, right? Now, if you know that, you need to be able to analyze in the initial part of your lives, or possibly in your initial part of, your career, you need to know whether it's possible to do, or possibly it might not be, there are instances when it's not possible to achieve a particular goal, right? So you need to know whether you can undertake the things that you can complete. Okay. And the most important aspect is you need to remain consistent to your goal, right? When I say remain consistent to your goal, is you can't keep changing it, right? You can't keep changing your goals every, say 2 days or 2 weeks, or even say, once in a year. You can't change your goals. You can't, one day you can't say, I mean, of course, when I was much younger, when I was in school, in junior school, whenever someone used to ask me, so what do you want to be when you grow up? I used to say I want to go. One day I used to say I want to be a farmer. One day I used to say I want to be an astronaut. One day I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to do everything, possibly, everything that interested me. I also wanted to be a policeman. Possibly, just give me a second, sorry. Right. Now, whenever I used to look at a policeman on the road, I used to feel, wow, what a cool job. I want to become a policeman. Now, when I was to see people from the army, when I used to, I studied in an army school, right? So whenever I used to see people from the army visit our school, I used to be so fascinated by them. I used to wonder, why not I become an army officer? I had all these goals, but then slowly when I passed my middle school and then high school, I realized that, I can't achieve all of them. I have to select one particular goal, and then I have to work hard and work to achieve that goal. So that's when I started, making other decisions in life. But then, of course, you need to remain consistent with your goals, so that you can achieve it in the long term. Fine, everyone. So now this is what I have prepared for today. I know it was pretty short, and then we still have some time. I think I mismanaged. I didn't manage my time pretty well today, right? I went ahead of time. Possibly I managed it in a much better way, I guess. So with that bad joke, I'll close this one. Let me just unshare the screen. Just give me one moment. Okay, Mr. Varatharajan, in the meantime, you can take over, and then if you have anything to share with the students, you can go ahead.
Okay,
Okay,
for
guys.
5 minutes we can have.
Okay, last, I'll just take 1 minute. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so this will be the topic, it'll be the end of the session for today from my side. Okay, we will be discussing the same topic again next Sunday. I think that will be the last, session for our course on life skill for this particular team, right?
Next
Now,
week, we can probably touch upon a bit on personality development. And then
yes,
with
yes,
that,
I've
we'll
taken that.
close.
It's going to
Okay?
we are going to be combining. We are going to be combining both of them.
Yeah,
Because,
both.
see,
Combined.
personality management again is, it's, I can't take it up in a session or two. I need a good 8 to 10 hours for it. Possibly, we can take it up if you can plan. Possibly, I need a good 3 to 4 hours at least, to take up a session on personality management. So what I'll be doing is I'll be touching up a few more points that I have left. That I have a couple of important points, but then that comes under another topic completely. So that's why I won't be mixing them up today, right? But then I'll be in our next session on the next Sunday, we'll be taking up the remaining part of time management as well as personality development, where I'll be giving you small insights about how you can go about working on your personality, right? So I'll end up for today's session. Thank you guys for being with me on this Sunday once again. So it was great talking to you all, and thank you. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can all can unmute yourself and ask any questions. Aditya?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah.
You want me to change the? Am I still sharing the screen?
No,
Yes,
this
sir.
screen
Yes, sir.
something is coming up.
Yeah, I am not able to undo that. Just give me a second, please. Just give me a second. The thing, I don't know,
After that, you can make me host.
Oh, okay, okay. The thing, let me see. How do I make you the host?
Sir, if you press Alt plus S, it will stop share.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Okay, Mr. Varatharajan, I have made you the host.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Thanks
that's
for
wonderful.
giving me that. Thank you so much. Okay, have a great Sunday, guys.
Okay, anybody, any questions? No question. Some time is there, other maybe a couple of minutes. So let me share one screen on a specific a square question. Okay. Are you able to see the square question?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do you see? You are seeing a white square and couple of shaded squares. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you some simple questions. Now you have to divide the white area in square A, okay, into two equal parts. How do you do?
You have to diagonally cut it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Who gave the answer?
Sir, it's me, Pranav.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, next, we'll go to the next question. Divide the white area in square B into three equal pieces. Who will give the answer? Think, very easy.
Sir, maybe we can make a vertical line and then a horizontal line.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's how it is. Who gave the answer? Very good.
Sir, Kirti.
Oh, great, great. Now let's move on. Wonderful. Now the question number 3. Divide the white area in square C into 4 equal pieces. Maybe a little difficult. Just think.
Sir, we can draw 2 diagonals.
Okay. Keep a piece of paper and then make a sketch and then see how it will be easy. Whether
We
it is
can draw a
easy or
diagonal
difficult. Anyone got it?
Sir, you can make a diagonal as you did in the question A and another diagonal from cutting that.
Sir, first we have to draw from
we have to draw a
from the
diagonal, then
top,
we have to
left
make a
top
vertical and
to
horizontal.
then down. Then again in the remaining
Okay,
triangle we have to do
okay.
it in half.
Very good. All of you are putting effort. Wonderful. Okay. I'll show you how it can be done. Then you can think how what you have tried and how you have got. Okay. One more minute.
Sir, from the left top to the right bottom we have to draw a diagonal line. Then a triangle is formed at the bottom. We have to divide that triangle into half. Then we'll get 4 equal parts in the white area.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's see how
Or we have to draw a
we have
diagonal.
made. Okay. Then probably you can see. Is it what you have planned? Anyway, this is one method. Probably you would have had other idea. Now this is divided into 4 equal parts. No. Slightly difficult, but yes. How many could do like this? Okay, wonderful. Now we'll move on to the last question on the square. Okay, get yourself ready. We are slowly moving on from simpler question to a difficult question, and the final question is like this. Okay, be ready. And now question 4. Divide the area in D into 7 equal parts. I'll give you time, 2 minutes. Think and
Sir,
get back.
you can do it how it is in C and draw diagonals instead of straight lines.
Anyone? This is what is called out of the box thinking. We should not always think make it complicated and look for a simpler solution. That is the trick of this question. Now, can anybody?
Sir, we have to draw 6 equally spaced vertical lines.
Exactly. Fantastic. Fantastic. Very, very well said. Now, I'll show you. This is what it is. Very simple. Is it not? It's easy to draw 7 equal parts.